Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Midway and as you can see we just started a new account in Legend of Mushroom. So the whole idea of this video is going to be to show what the new player experience in Legend of Mushroom is like as of 2025 today. So for those of you that don't know me, I've been playing Legend of Mushroom ever since it came out and my account is just about level 140, not quite. So definitely got a lot of experience in this game, but it's been a long time since I last played what it basically consists of the new player experience. I don't know how that has changed after all these years. So as you can see, I am going to have to sit through some mobile game ads as I am doing right now, and that's going to be certainly important. But I'll be just checking this out and eventually progressing through this account so we can make guides. Like I already have guides in this channel talking about how to progress fast and be efficient, but I just want to make sure that those are updated so I can offer you guys a good insight, knowing all that I already know out of having played this game from the beginning. So as you first start, of course, things are gonna be a little bit slower. You're gonna have to sit through a bit of a tutorial. You will have to watch some ads unless you want to be spending some money to skip those, which you can do right away, and it's going to be pretty not expensive. It's going to be actually pretty cheap. And then yeah, we're gonna be having to roll the lamp manually. That's going to be the main gameplay loop here. Is just going to be to click on the lamp, equip all the items, and eventually we will be able to make this lamp spin on its own. So of course, early on, you're just going to be having everything kind of scripted, and you will be guided here and there to click on certain things. But as we are leveling up, as you can see right there on the top left right now, we are level 1. We are going to eventually be unlocking the PAL system, the skill system. Eventually we'll unlock mounts, artifacts. We're going to be getting just more and more gear. So we're just going to be looking at how this is introduced to you early on in the game. So we're going to be also discussing what's the best class to level up early on. And well, early on, as you can see right now, I'm just level 2. We cannot do much, but eventually whenever we are level 15, we'll be actually able to choose one of the classes. So at that point we can start to get some skills and we can start to actually have some impact on what class we are playing. So for that matter, I'll just let you know, back in the day when I used to start to play, when I just started playing, Mage was the better class for leveling up, and I do believe that is still the case simply because of the fact that mages just benefit a lot from the scaling of getting new skills. Skills are going to be your main damage dealers, and they simply for being there and simply for their rarity, right? You got the early on the blue tier skills, you have your yellow tier skills, and so on and so forth. So simply for unlocking newer and better skills, you're gonna be getting a lot of value out of that. So makes Archer just quick to level up, and also just straight up very benefits a lot out of just scaling and unlocking the new systems, right? So we're going to be going through that, and so since we are looking to be an archer, we can already start to think a little bit about what stats we want to be getting, right? So as you can see early on, I'm just trying to get one of every item. That's the first thing, of course. Then just trying to get whatever the stats has, they're bigger, right? So we can see that there is a certain level to the stats. If you can see, the arrows are all red. Obviously that's going to be a downgrade, but we are especially interested in looking for certain stats that are going to be beneficial for mages, right? So if we can get any skill crit, that's going to be insane. For example, there we go, skill crit is going to be very beneficial. And definitely, if we can get anything like evasion, we are also going to be trying to get some of that, right? So we are already looking forward to getting stats that are going to be very good and very just synergize pretty well together with our preferred, class of choice straight up. But the real thing here is, of course, that the stats that the items have are also very important. So as you are leveling up so fast early on, there's not really a big point of just sticking with any item. Just make sure that you are picking up whatever has the bigger stats. There's going to be a point where you will need to make a little bit of a decision of, do I want to stay with these little stat that I just got, or do I want to go for a bigger stat? And when I say a little stat, I meant the little affix that you get, the skill crit and all that. So we just leveled up one stage of our lamp. Hopefully we can get it all the way up to level 2 soon enough. We are now being taught about getting now some pulse and so on and whatnot, some skills. We are just now able to start building up and putting some skills into our bars. So on the top right of the screen, we're going to have a little bit of a roadmap of when we are going to be unlocking new stuff within the game. As we progress through the stages, well, new things will become available. You will just get unlocking pulse, dungeons, more skills, evolving when your character reaches level 15, unlocking more and more systems, also transferring your class, and so on and so forth, right? So that is what you need to be looking for, and it's just going to be very straightforward. To put it simple, it's a very easy game to understand. We now hit our second lamp upgrade, which is going to be unlocking for ourselves just a higher chance of getting better items. So we're going to be spinning this up, but if we want to be doing so, we're going to be watching some ads, so let's just do so. So that's it, we watched one ad and that just made the lamp go up to level 3, and we just can't keep going. We want to be reaching level 15 as soon as possible, and well, we don't really have much to do here. It's very self-guided, just keep on spinning the lamp, that's the most important thing. And here we go, we got some stats to look for, so we're gonna be picking that up. It's got some decent just upgrades all in all. We got more stats on this, so we'll just make sure to pick whatever really is the biggest upgrade. But of course, always important, as I mentioned before, if there is some of those stats that we want to be getting, skill crit in particular, go for it. You can check out what your stats look like here on the bottom right, and you will be having a bit of an attribute display where you can see what you got. So we want to be looking for crit damage and crit rate, or rather skill crit, right? So skill crit will make our skills as a mage have more critical chance, and then we want to be going for rather skill crit damage, I'm sorry. Those two are going to be the most impactful for just a regular mage. You're going to be getting more damage over your skills, which is the main source of your damage as a mage. We'll get into a bit more specific and kind of other builds as we progress through the game, but for now, those two are what you want to be looking for in your gear. And yeah, besides just straight up big upgrades to your stats all in all. For example, we got a blue, of course, that's always going to be much better. And we'll keep on spinning this lamp. Hopefully we eventually are going to be reaching the point where the lamp spins on its own. So we spent all of our tickets here on skills, as well as just some of our gems, which you get a lot of just playing the game. You don't need to pay pretty much anything. So we are going to be making some choices here. We only have one skill point at this point, or rather one slot for a skill. So let's try and find something here that's going to be a little bit beneficial, has some decent effects, right? So this one, for example, is going to be dealing some decent damage for a couple seconds, so it's not bad for AoE. This one does quite some damage and increasing your basic attack damage, which we don't really care too much about. And this one is going to be slowing the targets as they get to us, which we don't need that much of a defensiveness at this point, since we are pretty chill. So we're going to be going for the giant rock, simply because it's going to be dealing a little bit more damage than the option we have right now. You can also just click on quick equip at this point of the game, but knowing what to look for and just trying to start to think about what your skills you're going to be looking to get, or rather to put together as a build going forward, is going to make everything a little bit more easy to think about. So we just pretty much recently got our first purple item, and we are prompted with a big deal over here. I'm not gonna lie, I did buy this when it first came out, and this is a big offer which you are just given at the beginning of the game. You are going to be getting a weapon that's going to be level 50 for just straight up at the point you are in the game. So this definitely does help a lot, and it costs only $1. So definitely, if you are going to look into progress very fast, this is a very good deal. Now I'm not gonna take it because I already did so, and it doesn't really make that big of a difference. I mean, it does make a big difference, but whatever. This is not my main account. I'm not looking to put any money into this one. So yeah, if this was going to be my main account and I was interested in playing this game, I would definitely buy that. So we are now offered pals, so we're gonna be drawing some of these guys, and we'll just use all our tickets whenever this lets us. For now, it's going to be teaching us how to get into the menu using our pals and just quick equipping them. So there we go. We are given one fortune dragon because whatever, I think I synced my account with Google Play or something like that, or rather my Google account. So now we got a pal that's usually, it's a little bit higher tier than what you would usually get at the beginning of the game for that reason. Now this one's going to be increasing my basic attack crit damage by 20%, a skill crit rate by 8%, as well as having some decent stats on it because it's just higher higher rarity, and that usually always means better stats. But we are looking to benefit out of this quite a little bit because of that skill crit rate increased by 8%. Everything else, well, we have some movement speed reduction on the enemies, attack speed, skill damage increased by 8%, which would be our choice if we don't have the dragon, as well as, well, this one, which is not that great for us mages, right? So Again, having a little bit of an assessment of what we got, what we can work with, and just knowing that we are looking for stats that increase our skill crit and skill crit damage, we're gonna be looking to get those kind of things, those skills that really have a big skill, just a skill damage onto them, as well as some boosting effects to the damage. We'll get to those eventually, and then just some pals that can help us do a lot more damage as well. We also just unlocked dungeons, so we can go ahead and do that. This one, dungeons are straight up just the best way of getting your resources here in the game. So I am going to be entering this one. This one is your main source of lamps within the game. You just gotta kill this genie, and once you do so, it's going to be dropping a big bunch of lamps, and it's going to be taking you to the next level of the genie. So we are now going to be switching to level 2 of the genie. If we kill it in time, we're going to be going to level 3. And that's also going to be increasing the amount of lamps we get out of killing this guy by 5. So at this point where I am at in my main account, I think I'm getting like 725 lamps every time I do this, and I can do it like 7 times a day or something like that. So yeah, definitely do this and level it up as much as you can. Whenever you can go to a next level on the genie, try to do so. Otherwise, we'll just wait and see if we can get powerful enough to go to the next level. And if you definitely cannot do so for the day, well, don't waste your lamp tries here. You can also watch ads to get more of these tries or the keys to kill the genie, and so on, as well as for the next dungeon once we actually get to it. So definitely do all of this, because this is going to be your main source of lamps and main source of progress early on in the game. Very, very important. And definitely, if you want to be skipping those ads, just go ahead and buy now the option to skip having to watch them forever. It's just $10, very worth it. And since you are also a new player and in a new server, you're going to be getting these new quests that are going to be helping you out just get a big bunch of tickets. In this case, you're going to have some gems over there, but it's mainly going to be a lot of tickets as you are progressing through all the different stages. And then you will also have a daily supply over here simply for logging into the game and doing some stuff. You will have some missions which are going to be giving you a lot of resources throughout all these 7 days when you're playing early on in the game, which will definitely also help you speed up your progress very much. So we just reached the point where we unlock a second skill slot over here. So if we just click on quick equip, it's going to be setting whatever we got for us right here. It's going to be just setting up any skill that's usually the higher rarity for the most part, and right now it doesn't really matter. We'll just go with that because it's going to be dishing out the most damage. But most importantly, just keep on spinning that lamp as you are playing the game and doing the rest of the things, otherwise you will not be leveling up. But we just unlocked the second pulse, so we are going to be equipping the one that I mentioned before, which is going to be increasing our skill damage by 8%. And after spinning the lamp for a little while, we just reached level 15, so we are now going to be prompted to choose a class. So we are going to be hitting up Shroomy from Shroomy all the way up to Adventurer, which is just going to make us a little bit more powerful. We get some combat power over there, but we are not quite yet gonna be getting to the point where we switch either to Archer, to Warrior, or to a Mage, right? So we're just now level 15. We're gonna be going to go all the way up to level 30 to make a switch all the way up to Mage, right? For now, we are just a little bit stronger, but we still got some journey ahead of us. We got to the next level of lamp. It's now level 4, so we are gonna be more likely to now, well, we actually unlocked the yellow tier, our gear, right? So as you can see, we've been spinning for a while. We are almost level 16, at which point we are going to be unlocking the possibility of spinning the lamp on its own, so we don't have to always be there clicking the stuff. We just need to, well, let it spin and choose whether or not we want to be just picking up the item. There we go. So now it's auto use. I can go ahead and sell that and now set up my auto use. So I'm only going to be keeping stuff that's blue or above, and I'm going to set up things here. So if it has skill crit, I'm going to be keeping that, and then otherwise anything else is just going to go. So I'm going to be clicking on any, and then that's going to be it. So for now I can only use 1 lamp at a time. Eventually I can use 20, so you can see how this exponentially grows and becomes a lot faster. And then, well, I'll just click on start, and that's going to be automatically spinning. We're going to be hit over here with a little bit of an offer. I wouldn't take this one personally. I don't think it's that important, but for sure, if you want to be playing this game in any capacity for a little while, even if it's nothing too crazy, just buy the skip for the ads. Is going to be making the experience just so much better. You're going to be able to get through it and the daily chores and stuff a lot better, a lot easier, and it's going to be increasing the enjoyment of the game a lot. Trust me on that one for sure. So yeah, for a little while here we've been picking up some stats, so we managed to get our skill crit all the way up to 8.6% already, so that's nothing too crazy, or nothing too that's nothing too bad, to be fair. That's pretty good. So for sure I'm gonna be keeping with that one. I'm gonna let it spin a little more, and we'll just keep progressing through that. So hopefully you enjoyed it for this first video on the new player experience. It's pretty much just like I remember it. It's got some added stuff on top of it, and I haven't covered everything that's now on my screen because there's a lot of pop-ups. You can see I just went to the next stage, right? So yeah, for sure, check out everything that's kind of popping up in the screen. We'll continue these videos as we go forward, and we'll make some new guides and stuff about builds and things to look forward as you are progressing. But early on, as I mentioned, it's a very straightforward progressing path. Just pretty much keep on spinning the lamp, keep on progressing the stages, keep on upgrading your gear, and keep on equipping whatever's best, right? So yeah, for now we'll just do more of that, and eventually we'll get to a newer video. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did so, please go ahead, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and also check out Aptoide, right? So as I mentioned, for those of you that don't know, Aptoide is basically just like Google Play. So let me come out of this for a second and go to the store. So if you are using Aptoide, basically what's going to happen is that whenever you are going to be making any purchase in the game, if you are interested in doing so, you're going to be prompted to pay through the AppCoins wallet, basically. So you're going to be seeing this little portal right here as you try to make the payment, and it's going to be showing you that once you make a purchase, excuse me, you're going to be getting a bit of a bonus in the form of cashback, really, of a percentage of whatever spending you are doing. So you can see I am getting 16 cents in the form of a cashback after making this purchase. So I can eventually use all those bonuses whenever I have enough of them to make the purchases for me without actually using my real money. You're not losing anything for this. Nobody's really scamming you here, of course. This is straight up just more value for your money. You do a spending, you're going to be getting a cashback, you accumulate enough of a cashback, and eventually you use that cashback to buy anything else anywhere in any other game through Aptoide. So in order to do this, you're going to need to download Legend of Mushroom from Aptoide, and I'll have a guide on how to do so down here, down below in the description. And then we'll also need to set up what's called the AppCoins wallet, which you can also just download straight up from Google Play, set it up on your phone, and here is where you are going to be able to see how much bonus you currently have unlocked after all those cashbacks. You can also see your purchase history within the different games you are playing, as well as here you're going to be able to see that you can input my promo code. There we go. It's going to be down here. So if you enjoy my content and want to help me out, just input the promo code right there, type it in there just like you see on the screen. It's going to be down here as well as in the description. So just type it in there, and that's going to be increasing that bonus that you get from using Aptoide and purchasing in Legend of Mushroom through Aptoide for 5% forever. So that's how you can get a bonus. It's always from 10% all the way up to extra 35% of any amount of money you're spending in the form of those cashbacks. You can also see here any active events that will increase that bonus for a limited time, usually from 5 all the way up to 10% for about 24 hours, as well as here you will see a little bit of a progress tracker of how much more you need to be spending in order to unlock higher baseline bonuses. That's how it works. As you make more purchases, you unlock higher tiers of the bonuses, and eventually you put all that together to reach an extra 35% of any amount of money you're spending in Legend of Mushroom or any other Android game that you play through Aptoide. This only works on Android. Unfortunately, you cannot download Aptoide on Apple, and that's why. So yeah, basically just keep on playing the game. If you are going to be doing so and you want to be getting more value for your money, you might as well do so through Aptoide. It's going to be helping yourself out and helping myself out if you do decide to use my code. All in all, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. See ya.